Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. Sunil here. Welcome to this session. Can you hear me? If yes, please type yes in the chat box. Thank you. Thank you all for your presence at early morning 6 o'clock for the knowledge transfer on MongoDB. Thank you very much for your responses. Let us stop that. Let us stop the chat. There are a few important points to be discussed. We are getting many mails, especially for the participants who are joining from day 2 or today. There is a WhatsApp group created for this particular batch. There is a WhatsApp group created for this particular batch. I hope you are already in the WhatsApp group. In case if you are not in the WhatsApp group, I'm sending the WhatsApp group joining link now in the chat box. This is the WhatsApp group joining link, which I'm posting in the chat box right now. Please pick up the link from the chat box and join the WhatsApp group. Share this WhatsApp group to your friend circle, to your known community, so that it will be helpful for learning this particular course, because you know it is free. Okay, so this is about the first point. Second point, second information. So this is our website. I hope you know Logic Labs Technologies. So we are starting AWS by the faculty Nighat. We already have started. If you're interested, just 2 days has completed. So you can, this is just for information. This is MongoDB training we are attending. Scrum Master, if you're interested in learning Scrum Master, so morning 9 o'clock, we have scheduled a new batch. And Python full stack. I have started Python full stack at morning 11 o'clock. Okay, if you're interested, you can join this Python full stack. The most important point which I want to discuss is I have started DevOps after a long time. After a long time, I'm starting DevOps on 17th of October, coming Tuesday. Okay. So if you are interested, because if you want to share this information to your friends, or because you all know me, so if you're interested in DevOps training, so I'm sending the WhatsApp group link again in the chat box for DevOps. If you want to share this training to your friend circle, please share this and join the WhatsApp group so that you get the updates, everything in the WhatsApp group. Clear? Perfect. So this is quick information. Now coming to our agenda for today's session. We will be learning about data formats in MongoDB. Very important point. We get into practicals. We learn how can we create a database. I hope you know the hierarchy. First step, we need to create a database. Second step, what we need to do is to create a collection inside the database. And then we'll be performing CRUD operations. C stands for creating the document, retrieving the document, updating the document, and deleting the document. I hope this time you have understood. This session is all about practicals, and there's something which is important called atomic operators. We'll have an understanding about the atomic operators. So this is our plan for today. And as usual, before moving on, any questions or you want to interact, please raise your hand. As usual, before moving on to today's session, if you have any questions or if you want to have a talk with me, please raise your hand. We'll have quick interaction. Good morning, Sonam. How are you doing? Your location, your experience.
Good morning, sir.
Any
Audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Sir, actually, I have missed starting 2 classes. So, can I go with the total order?
The starting 2 classes are available in the WhatsApp group.
Okay, sir. And that's recording or something?
That's a session recording.
Okay. That's all I want to say. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Ahmad. Sorry, Adam Khan.
Hi, Sunil. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I am fine. How about you?
Doing well, yes, please tell me.
Yeah, I have experience in apps DBA in 9 years. I want to
Wow.
learn. I want to learn in MongoDB also.
Yes, because Adam,
Yeah.
DBA, everything is becoming autonomous, am I right? So there is less dependency for database administrators.
Yes.
And the trend is now Oracle product is going down as per my
Yeah.
understanding. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's always good to switch to something latest. Okay,
Yeah.
madam. Adam.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
NoSQL databases are doing good now.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a good decision, Adam.
Yeah. In these sessions, we can you cover the backups and
Oh,
sharding?
this is from a developer perspective, not a DBA perspective. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
MongoDB database administration is a different course. Okay. So
Okay.
it is from the developer perspective.
Only
Okay.
developer prospect.
Correct. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Okay, Adam.
Yeah.
How do you know about this course?
In WhatsApp groups, I have in logical apps
Mm-hmm.
groups.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank
Okay. So let's proceed. Let's get into. Okay. Good morning, Vikram. How are you doing?
Yeah, good. Thank you, Sunil. Very good morning.
Good morning.
Actually, I'm the .NET developer. My concern is I'm a backender, actually SQL, which we are using previously.
You are
Here, when
using
you're
1 minute. You are using SQL
SQL,
developer,
no, .NET developer and as well as backend also, SQL also.
Microsoft SQL.
Yes, correct. My question is actually when we are doing the installation time, the credential, just like username, password, it is not asking here,
Correct.
correct?
Correct.
Directly, it will be connected through the command prompt.
Correct.
Means it is a security level. We did not get
Because
any.
no, we are. You will understand it because we'll be discussing about the security, authentication, creation of users, and all those in the coming
Hmm.
sessions. Okay, your doubts will be clear when we get into user creation concepts. Okay,
Okay, sure.
perfect. Perfect. So let's get into the formats. I have one question. Please respond in the chat box. When we insert the data into MongoDB, the data will be stored in which format? I have mentioned this in our previous session. Whenever you insert a document, yes, you are right. The document will be inserted in the form of JSON format. This is something which is very important. We all should know about. We should know. So we know because day one we already had a quick discussion. Okay. Day one, we already have quick discussion, not day one, I think. So day two, please look at this. Okay, look at this. How the data will be stored. This is day two, yesterday's session. The data will be stored in the form of JSON format. JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation, and this is a sample how exactly the JSON format looks like. Okay, perfect. So Java. So when we are inserting a document is something like a record. We need to present the information in the form of a JSON. Now coming to important point. Look at this. Quick comparison with respect to relational databases. In relational databases like Oracle or SQL, first what there is a concept called table, but here we call it as collection. We create a table in relational databases. Here we have a collection. The term document refers to row. Inside the table, we create rows, right? In the same way, inside the collection, we create document. As simple as that. There are two important applications which we already have installed. There are two important applications which we already have installed. One is I hope you know it, okay, isn't it? One is the MongoDB server, where the information will be stored in server, but we communicate from using the MongoDB shell. So we have shell and we have MongoDB server. So we always communicate to server using the shell. The information will be stored at the server level. It is obvious, we already know it. So let's launch the shell. We already have launched it in our previous session. So we have a command called mongo sh, which helps you to launch the shell. I open the command prompt. I open the command prompt. I run the command mongo sh. Yes, the shell has been launched. Okay. I want to see list of databases. Okay, my hierarchy. Again, first step, we need to create a database. Inside the database, we will be creating, I hope you know it, participants. Inside the database, we'll be creating what? We'll be creating collections. And inside the collections, we'll be creating documents. Inside the collections, we'll be creating documents. Am I right? So step 1, database. Step 2, collection. Step 3, inside the collection, we create a document. Okay. As we now know the hierarchy, I want to show the moment I have installed MongoDB, comes with some default databases. We have a command called show DBs. We have a command called show DBs, which will show you list of all the default databases. My dear participants, very, very important. Okay. Okay, so let me drop this. This is what I have created for practice purpose. One minute. Let me drop this database which I have created with the name SunilDB. Perfect. It will be removed. Don't worry. Forget about it. So this is the database which I have created. So you may have a question after dropping the database. Why are we having it? You will understand it soon. So my dear friends, whenever you install MongoDB, MongoDB comes with 3 default databases. You can see show databases, ignore the SunilDB. So MongoDB comes with 3 databases. One is admin database, the config database, and local database. These are the 3 databases. I hope you have installed, my dear participants. You have to promise that you have to practice. As you know, even though it is free, but you know, it is a good quality training. You already know it. So to get the hands-on, I have shown you yesterday how to install. Take it very seriously. We have seen it how to install MongoDB server. We have learned how can we install MongoDB shell. I hope you have done it. Please take the help of the videos and please do it by yourself. Then whenever you install MongoDB server, the MongoDB server comes with 3 default databases: admin database, config database, local database. Let's have a small understanding about these databases. Look at this. Admin database is used to store user authentication and authorization information. The users, so list of all the users and the corresponding passwords. Okay, and the security, what are the roles which are attached to those users. All this information will be stored in the admin database. This database is used by the MongoDB administrator. Who will be using this? Admin database is be used by MongoDB administrators for creating, deleting users and for assigning roles. So this is about the admin database for user management. Configuration information of the MongoDB. So administrators, MongoDB administrators will do some configurations at the server level. So the configuration information will be stored in the config database. The third database is local database. Can you see here? The third database is local database. Local database is used for replication process. Sometimes you'll be replicating the database. My dear participants, sometimes you will be replicating the database. In case if you're replicating the database, this local database is used. So this is the importance of these 3 predefined databases. Whenever you install MongoDB server, by default, you'll get 3 databases: admin database, config database, local databases. All these 3 databases are used by administrators, okay? Not by developers. You don't need to. This is just for information. Next. This is about the default databases. Next point. Data formats in MongoDB. Data formats in MongoDB. As we have just learned, as we know that we need to send the data in the form of JSON format. Very important. This is the MongoDB server. This is the MongoDB shell. Okay. Whenever you are sending the data, whenever you want to insert a document, we need to send the data in the form of which format? As I have mentioned, as we all know it, we need to send it in the form of JSON format. Super. We need to send the information in the form of JSON format. But very important, do you think at the server level, the information will be stored in the JSON format? Generally, what we thinking, we are sending it to the JSON format. So obviously in the server also the information should be stored in the JSON format only, but that's not the case. There's a small trick here. The JSON format will be converted into BSON format and will be stored in the server. In the server, the JSON format will be converted into, important point to keep in mind, the information will be stored in the BSON format, and the data finally will be stored, no doubt, in the form of a document, but in which format? BSON format. Very, very important. We send the information, participants. We send the information in the form of JSON format. When you're inserting a document, we'll see it practically now. When you're inserting the document, we will be sending the information in the form of JSON format. The JSON format will be converted to BSON format, and then that will be stored in the server level. I hope I'm very clear. So, why this conversion happens? Why it getting converted into BSON format? There is some reason behind that. Look at this. BSON stands for binary JSON. BSON stands for binary JSON. Binary JSON. Okay. Now, need for conversion. There are two reasons why the information is converted into BSON. There are two reasons why the information is converted into BSON format and stored in the server. Very important point. The problem with JSON is nothing but JavaScript. The problem with the JSON format is that JSON supports only 6 data types. In JavaScript, there are only 6 data types: string, number, object, array, boolean, and null. Whereas BSON provides some extra data types. The more the data types, the more perfectly we can store the data. The more accurately we can store the data. BSON provides additional data. It always have this, what are the 6 formats, data types, what the JavaScript is having. Along with that, it has additional data types like object ID, date, etc. So these are very important, especially object ID is very, very important. So it has some extra data types. Okay. This is one reason. Second reason. If JSON data consumes 10 KB, if you're sending a document, the document size is 10 KB. When it's converted into BSON and when it's saved in the database, it will be approximately 4 KB size. More than 50% of memory will be saved when it is converted into BSON format. If the JSON format data is consuming 10 kilobytes, 10 KB, and if it is converted into BSON format, it will consume more than only 4 KB. So memory wise also it is very, very effective. The memory will be saved. Efficient storage, extra data types like date and object ID are the advantages of BSON over the JSON. Okay, so when you send the information in the JSON format, the JSON format will be converted into BSON format. Finally, the information which is stored in the server is BSON format. BSON stands for binary JSON. Okay, perfect. You may have a question, Sunil. Very good. That in case when you're retrieving the data, when we retrieve the data, when we want to see the data, how the data will be shown to users like us? When we are retrieving the data, to retrieve the data, I want to see the information. Will it be shown in the BSON format? Or will it be shown in the JSON format? Okay, inserting, I'm clear. We are clear. So when you insert, we insert in JSON, it gets converted to BSON. This conversion is also, we don't need to worry about that. It gets converted to BSON, finally it stores in the BSON. Okay, that's good. What about retrieving? When we retrieve, because this information is stored in BSON, so do we get BSON data? Or do we get the JSON data? That's important. Look at this. If the information is assuming if the information is shown in JSON, assume if the information is shown in JSON, does JSON supports this object ID? We have additional 2 databases, right? We have object ID, okay, and we have something like date. These are additional databases. We have it in BSON. If the information is stored in JSON, but JSON does not understand what is object ID. JSON cannot understand what is date. So how the information is stored? How the information is shown to us? it is not supporting a couple of data types, right? So the point you have to understand that how the information is stored is how the information is retrieved, and shown to us is very, very important. Please have a look at it. At the time of retrieval, the basin will be converted into extended JSON. At the time of retrieval, the BSON will be converted, BSON data which is stored in the server level will be converted into extended JSON, so that for understanding purpose. So extended JSON. So finally we get the information in extended JSON. Extended JSON is extension of JSON where it can supports additional data types what BSON is having. Extended JSON has the ability to show the additional information which the BSON is, additional data types which the BSON is using. So finally, we have MongoDB deals with three data formats. JSON, when we insert the data, we need to insert in the form of JSON format. The JSON format will be converted into BSON format and will be stored at the server level. When you are retrieving the data, the BSON format will be converted to extended JSON and will be shown to us. So these are the three important data formats the MongoDB deals with. Clear about this? Perfect. Let's move on. So MongoDB deals with the format. So I just mentioned when you're inserting the document, the JSON will be converted to BSON. But when you're reading the data, reading is nothing but when you are retrieving the data, when you want to display the data, the BSON format will be converted to extension that JSON, extended JSON, and it will be shown to us. That's it. So these are the three important document formats the MongoDB deals with. So we have to know this. Next, let's get started, Sunil. Enough about theory. You may be asking. Let's get into practicals. As we know the hierarchy, step one is to create a document. So step one is to create a database. Inside the database, we create a collection. Inside the collection, we'll be creating a document. So let's get started. Perfect. Let's go ahead and get into practicals. The first step. Do you know the MongoDB comes with three databases? We have just learned it. One is admin database. Okay, the other one is local database, isn't it? We have learned it. Do you remember? Okay, the three databases: admin database, config database, local database. Good. Can we create our own database? Yes, you can create our own database. Let's say you're building an application. Let's say shopping cart application. So you need a database for that particular shopping cart application. Okay. So first step is to create a database. The first step in MongoDB is to create a database. We already have. So everything we deal with shell. Participants, everything we deal with shell. Okay. Step one, I want to create a database. Super. So I want to have a communication with respect to practicals of creating a database, creating collection, inserting the document. Who wants to speak to me with respect to dealing with practicals with respect to creation? Please raise your hand. Who wants to talk to me? Okay. Good morning, Jogamaya. How are you doing?
Yeah, good morning, sir. I'm fine.
It's been a long time. How is your career?
Yeah, it's good, sir. Yesterday only I talked to you.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So can we have a talk with respect to
Yeah,
practicals?
sure.
Jogamaya, clear about the formats,
Yes.
JSON, BSON, and
Yes,
extended
yes,
JSON.
yes.
Is it
Yes.
interesting?
Yeah, it's interesting.
You know MongoDB, or is it the first time you're learning it?
No, first time I'm learning.
Okay, so tell me what is the first step?
Yeah, first we're creating the database.
Correct. Look at this. I want to create a database with the name. For example, Hello DB. This is the name of the database. I want to create a database with the name Hello DB. When you want to create a database, the command is use followed with the database name. Use followed with the database name. This is the command. Use is the command followed with hello DB. This is the command which helps you to create a database. Let me create a database. Before creating a database, I just want to show you how many existing databases Jogamaya we are having. 1, 2, 3, 4. As of now, it is showing 4. Now, what are we doing? We are creating a 5th database. The name of the database is what database? HelloDB. After creating the 5th database, total, if I see the list of databases, it should show it as 5 databases. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that. First, let's create a database. Use HelloDB. Can you see here the prompt has been changed, Jogamaya? The prompt has been changed to HelloDB. Okay. Now I want to see list of databases. We have a command called show DBs. Now, are you getting HelloDB? Interesting point. No. Are you getting HelloDB? We have created just now, right? Use HelloDB is a command which helps you to create a database. After creating the database, we are expecting that the database is created. Even the prompt is showing as HelloDB. So when I say show DBs, we are expecting that even our database information will be shown. No, but it is not shown. Very important point is that.
Yes.
After database, what is the next step, Jogamaya?
To create collection.
After the database, first next step what we need to do. Next step what we need to do is to create a collection. Now, very important point. Look at this. Database will be created only when the collection is created.
Okay.
We have created a database, but technically it is still logical. Okay. Next step what we need to do. We need to create a collection. Collection is something like a table. Collection is something like a table. So right now the database is created, but still the database is not visible. Still the database is not created, my dear participants. We feel that the command has been successfully executed. Yes, successfully executed, but technically the database will be created only after creating the collection. So let's go ahead with creating a collection. So Jogamaya, I want to create a collection. The command to create a collection, the second level is collection. My dear participants, collection is referring to when you're comparing with Oracle or MySQL or SQL Server, you can compare collection with something like a table.
Yes.
I want to create a collection. The command to create a collection is db.createCollection. Create collection is a method which helps you to create a collection. Jogamaya, I want to create a collection with the name employees. So db.createCollection is a command which helps you to create the collection. So right now I'm pointing to which database?
HelloDB.
Right now inside the HelloDB, what I'm doing here, I'm doing a
Creating collection.
Creating collection. Is it successfully created? Yes. Now I want to see list of databases.
Show DBs.
Now are you getting HelloDB?
Yes.
Yes. Previously, did you get HelloDB? No.
No.
No. So what is the conclusion? When we create a database, technically, do you think the database is created? No. It is not. We feel that it is created, but technically when the database is created, the database is created only after creating the collection. Perfect. Now it is very clear that the collection database is created, and right now inside the database, we already have created one collection. Collection is something like a table. So we are done with creating a collection. Perfect. I want to see list of collections. I want to see list of collections. Right now, our database, HelloDB, is having how many collections? Right now, our HelloDB is having how many collections? Right now, our HelloDB is having only one collection. What's the name of the collection? Employees. So I want to see list of collections. Like show DBs will show you list of all the databases. Inside the database, I want to see list of all the collections. We have a command called show
collections.
Collections. Are you able to see the collection which you have created? Perfect.
Yes.
Can I create one more collection? This is the database. Inside the database, we have created. This is the database. Inside the database, we have created a collection. Am I right? Can we create one more collection?
Yes.
Yes, obviously. Collection is something like table. We know we can have a number of tables. Can I create one more collection? Yes, I can create one more collection. I want to create one more collection. Same command I'm using. Create collection is used to see create a collection. I want to create a collection with the name students. collection created. Now total how many collections we are having in the current database? Show.
2 collections.
One is the employees collection, the other one is student collections.
Students.
Okay. I want to see list of collections in the local database. Jogamaya, we have not, HelloDB is the database which we have created. There are
Yes.
some predefined databases like config database, admin database, and local databases. We have a command called show DBs to see list of all the database. We have admin database, we have config database, we have local database. These are predefined databases.
Yes.
Can I see the list of tables, list of collections in the local database? You can see that. My dear participants, how you are able to see show collections, which is showing you list of all the collections, which is showing you list of all the collections. Similarly, so you can see we have list of collections. Similarly, I want to see list of our collections in the local database. When you want to see list of collections in the local database, my dear participants, first you have to switch to local database.
Okay.
Participants, currently we are pointing to which database? We are currently pointing to HelloDB database, which we have just now created. Now your plan is to look at the information present in the local database. You have to switch. Because if you say show collections, it is showing you collections of this particular database only, employees and students, which we have just now created. Now my requirement is to see the list of collections available in the local database. So you need to switch to local database. Whenever you want to switch, use local. Use local. Will now switch to local database. Now Jogamaya, we are now currently pointing to local database. Now the same command show collections will show you list of all the collections. How many collections we are having in the local database? Startup
One.
underscore log is the only one collection. We have it in the local database.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Are you getting employee database or are you getting student database? No,
No.
no. So we get the collections which are specific to the database level. A database may have 100 collections, second database may have 50 collections, third database can have 1 collection. But you will get the list of database, list of collections specific to that particular database which you're pointing to. I'm pointing to local database. Now local database is having only 1 collection, that is startup underscore log. Okay. I want to switch back to the database which I have created. I want to switch back to the database which I have created. The name of the database is HelloDB. So whenever you want to switch back, yes, Jogamaya.
Use HelloDB.
Now we are pointing to HelloDB.
Yes.
As we know, there are 2 collections in the HelloDB, so employees as well as students. So what did we learn? We have learned how to create a database. My dear participants, very important tricky point. When you create a database, technically the database will not be created. Database technically created only after creating a collection. So you need to proceed with creating a collection. The moment you create a collection, the database gets created and collection gets created. You know how to switch from one database to other. You know how to see list of all the collections. So one level is created, database creation is clear, Jogamaya. Inside the database, we now know how to create a collection. What is the next step after creating the collection?
Creating the documents.
Perfect. Document is nothing but a row. In other words, simple. I want to create a document. Inside the collection, we need to save the data. The data will be stored in the form of document, and we need to send the data in which format, Jogamaya? We need to send the data in the form of JSON form.
JSON format.
If you look at this commands, db.create collection. So we are using some db. So what is db? You may have a question. DB is an implicit object of MongoDB. So you need to use this DB object when you're calling some methods. So this is a method. Create collection is a method. So when you're invoking this particular methods, you need to use the implicit MongoDB object called DB. So keep that in mind. I want to drop the collection. Participants, I want to drop the collection. Dropping is nothing but removing the collection. Right now, how many collections we are having? We are having 2 collections, my dear participants. We are having employee collection as well as student collection. Right now, both are empty. We have not inserted any data into the collection. Right now, both are empty. But before getting into insert record, can I remove the collection? Can I remove the collection? Yes, you can remove the collection if you want. We have a drop method, participants, which helps you to remove the collection. db.collection name is a method. I want to drop the student collection. Participants, I want to drop the student collection. So db dot the collection name student drop. Drop is a method which helps you to drop the collection. So Jogamaya, what did we do? We have dropped the collection, the name of the collection you have mentioned here.
Yes.
As you mentioned, students.drop, that particular student collection is dropped. Now show collections.
Only one will be there.
Only one collection is there, that is employee collection. So we
Yeah.
have learned how can we drop the collection also.
Yes.
How to drop the database? If you want to drop the database, yes, we have an option called db.drop database, which helps you to drop the database. Which helps you to drop the database. Okay. So I want to drop the database. I want to drop the database. Jogamaya db dot
Yes.
drop database. In this
Okay.
drop database, did I mention which database I have drop? I want to drop. Did I mention the name of the database?
No.
No. Then how it identifies? Because there are multiple databases. How does it identify which database should be dropped?
The current.
Current pointing to HelloDB.
Yes.
So obviously it understands that the current database should be dropped. So let me
Yes.
drop the database. So database is dropped. Show DBs. Can you see our HelloDB which we have created, Jogamaya?
No.
No, we have dropped it.
Dropped.
Super. Now we have removed that particular database. So we have learned vice versa. We have learned database creation, collection creation. We have dropped the collection. We also have dropped the database. I want to perform CRUD operation. Jogamaya, if you don't mind, can I ask you this question? What does CRUD stands for?
Yeah.
Can you guess?
Creating and reading, updation, deletion.
Perfect.
I think.
Correct. You are right. Generally, for database, we perform DML operations, right? Insert, update, delete.
Yeah.
Similar to it. Create is nothing but insert. Okay. Create stands for creating a document. R stands for reading or retrieving whenever you want to display. Generally, in relational databases, we write select command, but here we have a different approach. Reading for R stands for retrieving. Is nothing but reading the data. Up stands for updating the document, and D stands for deleting the document.
Deletion. Yeah.
Okay. Now, where I am pointing to currently,
HelloDB.
Is the HelloDB available?
No.
No, it has been dropped.
Deleted. Yeah.
But pointing to HelloDB, if I create collection, what will happen? DB gets created as well as collection gets created. Am I right? Technically, the database will be created only when the collection is getting created. Am I right, Jogamaya?
Yes.
So I am creating a new collection. The name of the collection is employees. Participants, I am creating a collection. Perfect. Collection is created. Okay. Show collections. Good morning, Chaitanya. How are you doing?
I'm fine, Sunil. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Show collections. Right now, database is having one collection. Chaitanya, what is the name of the collection?
Employees.
Correct. Perfect. We have created a collection. Now, collection is something like a table. Now, inside the collection, my dear participants, inside the collection, the next step, what we have to learn is how to create a document. Participants, the next thing what we need to learn is how to create a document. The syntax on a high level I'm discussing, there are different syntaxes available. But on a high level, I'm discussing about CRUD operations because this first time I'm introducing. We can have an exclusive insert operations. There are different syntaxes also. But on a high level, I'm discussing about the basic syntaxes. DB dot collection name. In our case, the name of the collection is employee. Dot insert one is a method. Insert one is a method. By looking at a method, you can easily understand that it inserts one document. Insert one is a method. In this particular method, you have to send the information in which format, my dear participants. I am sending the information in the JSON format. Super. JSON format, you know the JSON format syntax starts with flower brackets opening, ends with flower brackets closing, and the information should be sent in the form of key value pairs. Employee number 100, employee name Sunny, employee salary, e-salary is 1000, and e-address is, I'm writing it as Hyderabad, HYD. So this is insert one is a method which helps you to insert the document. We have never inserted a document. We have just now created a collection called employee. And in which collection you are inserting? You have clearly mentioned that employees dot, that means you are inserting this document in the employee collection. This particular command should help us in inserting the document into the collection, which we are doing it for the first time. My dear participants, please respond. Acknowledged true. What does that mean? This means that the document is successfully inserted. Now, very, very important. Whenever a document is inserted, we will get a unique number to that particular document, that is object ID. Every document is uniquely identified with object ID, something like a primary key, in other words, something like a primary key. Every document will have a unique ID that is called object ID. And remember, do you remember? Object ID is a data type of which format? JSON format, right? There's no object ID in JSON. Are you sending object ID? No. Whenever you insert the information in the form of JSON format, JSON will be converted into BSON, and that will be stored. The object ID is a part of BSON, my dear friends. Good. So we have successfully learned how can we insert a document. Can I insert few more documents? We already have inserted with employee number 100. I want to insert employee number as 200, employee name as John. This is one document. I want to insert employee name 300 with the employee name, its salary as 3000. I want to insert employee number 400, Miller, salary, and Delhi. Let me insert few more documents. Just want to know. Insert. One minute. I want to insert the second document. Not DB. Correct. I want to insert a third document. I want to insert the fourth document. Okay. So Jogomaya, total I have inserted 4 documents, I think so. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now once I have inserted 4 documents, CLS to clear the screen, CLS to clear the screen. But to see the list of documents, that means I am performing read operation. We have already performed create operation. C stands for create. Creating is something like don't create stands. Don't think that creating is creating a table. Don't compare with that. Create is nothing but creating a document. Okay. So we have created 4 documents as of now. I think 4 or 5. Don't remember. So now db.collection.find. Find is a method. Participants. Find is a method. Chaitanya, find is a method which helps you to retrieve the information. My dear participants, find is a method which is used to retrieve the information. I want to see the documents present in which collection? Employees collection. db.employees.find is a method which helps you to find the information present, find the documents. How many documents we are having? Please observe. I think yes,
4.
correct. 1, 2. I think 3, 4, 5. I think 1 document I have inserted twice. That's okay. Okay, second document I have inserted twice. That's okay. So we have now in a position, Chaitanya, to not only create the document, we are in a position to retrieve the information also. What is the important point of observation? Every document is uniquely identified with
Object ID.
Object ID, that is
object
nothing
ID
but
is part
BSON.
of base. Which format?
BSON.
BSON.
BSON format. Yes. Now, so we are done with 2 operations. C stands for creating the document. R stands for retrieving the document. I want to deal with update operation. I want to deal with update operation.
And Sunil, here one question.
Correct.
Here, every document is nothing but normally we have relation database is a row, right?
Correct.
The row
You are
construct.
right. Yes, you can compare like that.
Yeah, okay.
Update operation. We have an update method in the MongoDB which helps you to update the information. And there are different syntaxes, my dear participants. You may have a lot of questions. There are two documents, there are duplicate documents. Okay, so I don't want to insert duplicates. You may have these many number of questions because you may have some experience in relational databases. Okay, so when I'm showing you update also, you may have a question, I want to update multiple records. Okay, is it possible? On a high level, we are discussing because we are just in the day 3. On a high level, I'm discussing about CRUD operations. We have different syntaxes in the CRUD operations based on the requirements. You have to use the right syntax to achieve your requirements. Now I'm going to be proceeding with the update operation. So update operation, as the name suggests, update operation as the name suggests, which is used to update the documents. Yes, let's proceed with updating the documents. Okay, when syntax is very important, participants. DB dot collection name is nothing but which collection you want to update. I want to update collection. Update 1. Chaitanya, by looking at the name update 1, which helps you to understand that we are updating how many documents? 1 document.
1 document.
Okay. So when you're updating, very important, when you're updating 1 document, first our table is having some 5 documents or whatever. Our collection is having 5 documents. It is our responsibility to point out which document you want to update. Generally in SQL, we write where class to uniquely identify which row you want to update. Am I right, Chaitanya? Similarly, yes. Here also we need to point out, you need to filter and you need to point out to the MongoDB server that I want to update this particular document. So the first option is filter. Filter is used to point out which document you want to update, and this next parameter is update. That means which value you want to update. Got it, Chaitanya? First parameter is to point out which document you want to update. It is our responsibility to uniquely point out which document you want to update. Second thing is obviously what value you want to update. Okay. Chaitanya, I want to update the last document. Employee name is Miller. Okay. So what I have to do, employee name, you have to clearly mention that
Miller.
That means you are clearly pointing out, I want to update the last document. The current salary of Miller is what?
4,000.
4,000. I'm changing it to 10,000. You have clearly mentioned ESAL as 10,000.
Correct.
So, my dear friends, I'm clearly pointing that I want to update the record where employee name is Miller and which value you want to update. The salary, right now Miller is having 4,000. I want to change it to 10,000. This is how you have to construct an update command which helps you to update the record. You want to update to which value, Chaitanya? We want to update ESAL. Do we have ESAL? Do we have ESAL? Yes, we have ESAL. What is the current value of ESAL? 4,000. That will be changed to 10,000. Response. Okay.
Automatic operators.
Update document requires atomic operators. Okay, first point. We are planning to update ESAL. Chaitanya, very important. If the ESAL is not available, if the ESAL field is not available, here in case it is available, no doubt, there's no problem. Assuming in this particular, as you know, there is a flexible structure, isn't it? A document can have 3 columns, a document can have only 1 column. This Miller document can have only employee name and employee number. Assuming the salary is not available. Are you understanding the scenario, Chaitanya? Assuming the ESAL field is not available in Miller, what happens is it will be created.
No.
It will be created. If the ESAL field is not available, this ESAL 10,000 will be inserted, that field will be inserted into the document. Okay, this happens when ESAL field is not available. In our case, ESAL field is already available, which is having a value of 4,000. That's okay. Now, as the update document successfully updated, no, we got an error. The update document requires atomic operator. Very, very important point. I want to discuss about atomic operator. So when you're trying to update, you have to use atomic operator. What is atomic operator? You may have a question. We need to use $set as an atomic operator. All the atomic operators are something like keywords, Chaitanya.
Okay.
Atomic operator is something like keywords, or you can see it as syntaxes. You have to use atomic operator. The same command, I'm making small change. db.employees.update1 with the filter as employee name Miller. To this part, it is as is. Chaitanya?
Yeah.
ESAL 10,000 is also as it is, but this you have to insert it is in one more field with atomic operator $set.
Yeah.
Okay, you have to $set. That means you're clearly mentioning to MongoDB server that you want to set this value.
Yes.
You want to set this value to this particular document. So you need to always syntax. Remember in update, we have set command in relational databases. Chaitanya, if you know relational databases, every update command
This
will have
update we have correct.
every update will have set keyword. Otherwise, the update command will not work.
Will not
Something
work.
similar to it. Here also, every update one should have a atomic operator called as $set, which will help you to understand. The MongoDB can understand that okay, this we need to set it.
Okay. And then when we are update, we need to put $set value.
Mandatory. Otherwise, we get an error. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's clear the screen. So now I am putting. Did I copy? Yes, that's it. Now what is the response, Chaitanya?
Yes.
Acknowledged true. Done. We are done with update operation. Now let's retrieve the records. Let's retrieve the record, the last record.
Yes.
Is it updated?
No.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I have updated
You
John,
need
right?
to, yeah. Got it. Go to the John then.
Go to John.
John is updated.
John is updated. Okay. So that's the reason I don't want to point out John, because John is having 2 records. It has impacted the first record. So I don't want to create that confusion. So let's let's do it with Miller. Don't worry about this. We'll have more detailed discussion about how to update multiple, because this is update 1, right? Meaningful, Chaitanya. So it is updating only 1 record. It automatically picks up the first record. So don't worry about this. I want to update Miller also. Can I do it?
Yes.
Updated. The Miller now salaries are updated 10,000. Okay. So we have performed update operation. Delete operation, which helps you to delete the record. Okay. Delete one is a method which helps you to delete the record. And when you want to delete the record, if you want to filter it, you have to point out which record you want to delete. Do we have a Smith record? I think there is a Smith record. This is a Smith. This is a Smith record. So I want to delete the Smith record. Acknowledge true. That means the record has been deleted. I think the Smith is no more available. We have John, we have Miller. That's it. We don't have Smith. The Smith record has been successfully deleted. Clear, my dear participants. So this is how you have to perform CRUD operations. My dear participants, please respond if you're happy in the chat box. How is today's session? What did we learn in today's session? There are 3 important formats. We have learned it in 3 sessions. Please respond in the chat box if you're happy with today's training. We have learned 3 important formats. What are 3 important formats? JSON, BSON, and extended JSON. Whenever you're inserting, as you know, we are learning in the form of, we need to insert in the form of JSON format. Am I right, Chaitanya? The information will be stored in the form of BSON format. When you're retrieving the information, interesting point, when you're retrieving the information, are you getting this object ID? Agree? Chaitanya, when you're retrieving the information, we're getting object ID. That means the information which we are able to see now is actually not JSON, it is extended JSON. Okay? It is extended JSON. Otherwise, because JSON does not support object ID, we are able to see object ID. It is not JSON format, my dear participants. Whatever you're retrieving the information is about extended JSON. Okay. So that's about 3 formats. We have learned how can we create a database. Okay. Database technically will not be created. Only thing it gets created only after creating a collection. So we have learned how to create a database. Once the database is created, we have learned how can we create a collection. We have dropped the collection, and we also have dropped the database, and we have learned the CRUD operations on a high level. There are a lot of syntaxes, my dear friends. I hope you know. In select also, in relational database select also, we have a lot of syntaxes. So CRUD operations, we have learned creating a document, retrieving, updating, and deleting the document. Atomic operator $set is used. Superb. $set is used to perform atomic operator. Thank you, Chaitanya. Thank you for your support.
Yeah, no issues.
There are a lot of atomic operators. We'll discuss more in detail about atomic operator. Please support us. If you're happy with the training, as you know, this is approximately 1 month of free training. The live training is absolutely free. How to close a shell, participants? Exit to close the shell. You're back to the command prompt, and how to close the command prompt. I hope you have installed it. Take it very seriously. I have taken it very seriously, this particular session, irrespective whether it's free or not. Okay, so I have taken it very seriously. The knowledge transfer happens only when the delivery end is very serious and receiving end also is also very serious. I hope you are very serious, because let's stop the chat. Thank you for your responses. I hope you had a very wonderful day 3 training. I promise every day is very interesting, because waking up at early morning 6 o'clock, you have to give value for your time. So my dear participants, please support us by contributing 999 rupees. This is Mongo free training. Free live training is free, but if you want recordings, please go to the website, click on buy now button. Click on buy now button. It's a matter of 999. With this 999, you get the recorded sessions. Because live training is free, recording sessions you have to buy for 999, and you get the course completion certificate. And I'm planning for a special workshop, okay, at the end, only for the paid candidates who have completed, who have paid this 999. Meanwhile, I have seen many participants raising their hands. Let's end any questions, please raise your hand. Let's end the session by having a quick interaction. How are you doing, Ravi Teja?
Yeah, hi Sunil.
How are you?
Yeah, fine, good. This one name, sal like that we are entering now. Those are headers in RDBMS. Anywhere
Something
we are
something
giving
like column names. Okay.
yes.
Correct.
Anywhere we are giving that headers like if we are giving in next document either like sal instead of that sal, if I give salary like that, it will be created.
No.
No, like that if we are giving anywhere.
E-sal is, if you write sal, it considers as a different field again. Okay.
Yeah, but like that anywhere we are giving those details means we have created a collection. After that, directly we are entering the documents.
Correct.
But how this headers will take it?
No, you're comparing with column names. You are thinking that we have to create the column names first. Am I right, Ravi Teja? Okay.
Yes,
No,
yes.
it's not the case. There is no concept of column names. Directly, we will be inserting in the form of document. Okay. There are no column names here.
Okay.
Good morning, Laharika.
Good morning, sir. Sir, I have a doubt. Like, we are inserting duplicate data. Like now we
Correct.
saw it like.
We have inserted duplicate.
Yeah. In that case, suppose in real case, if we insert in the same way like 1,000 duplicate data, then how will be it
You
unique?
don't want it to get inserted,
Even though,
right?
yeah, even though the object
You have
ID
to
is
wait.
unique.
You have to wait for a
Okay,
few more
okay.
sections.
And
Okay.
yes, just now before someone asked like e-name, e-number. Suppose in next line, if we insert with some other column number, like if instead of e number, if we
insert
say
something like roll number.
Yeah. Will it take in that format also?
That is the beauty of MongoDB. It is flexible. There is no structure. First field you can insert employee number, second field you can insert roll number. Okay, our understanding. We have not defined any structure here. Okay, got it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, Hassan. How are you doing?
Hi, Sunil. Doing good. I have a doubt, like for MongoDB shell that you have shown that exit from the prompt, there's exit command. For the daemon, like
exit from? I'm sorry, exit from?
Exit from the shell prompt, shell.
Yes, we have now exited from the shell. Yes.
Yes. I have a question, like for the daemon process when we started. So, is there any way to run the background, like it continue? I mean, prompting, like is there any way to run in the background?
What you want to run? Shell?
Daemon, that server process, MongoDB process.
Server by default it runs it. You don't need to run it manually. Okay, whenever you start the machine, the server will be continuously running.
Okay.
Okay. Correct? Are you understanding? So you don't, so your question is, we have not started the server. Without starting, how are we starting the shell, right, Hassan?
No,
Okay.
no, like no. My question is like when yesterday I've just installed the MongoDB in my system.
Both the applications, you have installed MongoDB server, you have installed MongoDB shell. Okay.
Yes. So as yesterday you've shown that to start the daemon process, there's the command MongoD. So when I fire that command, so it's the prompt is not coming out from the.
Not required, because what happens, Hassan? Okay. Now we have yesterday after installation, we have started the server, like we have launched the server. Okay. Now here, what happens is when you're installing MongoDB, do you remember there is an option called Start MongoDB as a service? That was an option we have. I hope you have observed when you're installing MongoDB. So automatically that service will be started. You don't need to launch the server again. Okay.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. So my dear friends, so you can see here, let's go to services. In operating system in Windows, we have concept of services, where you can see list of all the services. So whenever you install MongoDB server, the MongoDB server will be installed as form of a service. I'll show you, look at this. MongoDB server will be automatically started. The startup type is automatically will be services. The moment you start your laptop, it gets automatically started. So you don't need to start the service again. Okay. One more final call before ending. Virendra, how are you doing, Virendra? Good morning. How is today's session?
Good morning, sir. Today's session is very good, sir.
Are you there in the yesterday's class?
Sir, yesterday's class is also very exciting. Sir, my question is that can you provide handwritten notes or your notes?
Yes, you will get the notes, you will get the recordings by paying 999 rupees from our website. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. You get the recordings, you get the notes, you get the material. Material will be shared there, and you get a small workshop from the external faculty to show some real case scenarios. Okay. All these are advantages just for rupees 999. Okay. Enjoy the training. See you tomorrow, where we'll have much more learning on interesting concept called MongoDB. Start learning NoSQL databases. Perfect. Have a good day. Thank you.